Hey team, I want to take a minute today and show you a resource that we have been trying out for the past little bit. And it's a resource called Rehearsal Mix. I have been using this with a few of you, and primarily I've been using this with the student worship team for probably the last 6 to 9 months. And I'm starting to incorporate it more into the Sunday morning worship planning. And I want to let you know that it's a resource that it is available to you. It's kind of a cool, useful tool for prep, and it's going to be available on a good number of the songs that we use. Now, it's not available on every single song that we're going to do in our services, but any song that has a backing track that is produced by multitracks.com, that song will have a resource attached called Rehearsal Mix. Now, multitracks.com probably accounts for about 95% of the backing tracks that we use for our Sunday morning services. So you hear that similar guide track in the background, the similar click track, and then we've got the individual stem tracks for each song. And like I said, that's produced by a company called multitracks.com. Now, what they provide with this resource, this is a subscription just on their platform. What they provide with this resource is each individual stem track. Okay, so each individual stem track mixed as a multi-track. So what it does is they'll take, let's say, if you're a bass player, they'll take the bass part. You'll still hear the click in the guide and the other backing tracks, but it will elevate the bass part up above all the other tracks. So maybe your standard mix is like 6 dB lower and your bass part's going to be 6 dB higher. That way you can really get a feel for what that part sounds like, and you can hear it within the context of the backing tracks and the guide track. So let me show you here what this looks like. We're doing Trust in God this coming weekend for May 12th. Let me show you what it looks like here and how you'll see those files listed. Now, I'm on the desktop app, but this will look similar within the smartphone app as well. So if you go in here to the attachments, you'll see we've got Trust in God and MP3 here, and then we've got our usual rehearsal track, all of the charts, the PDFs, chord charts, horn charts, etc. Then at the bottom, now, it's only at the bottom because of the type of file that it is. At the bottom, you'll then see tracks with this little icon right here. If you're on the app, like if you're using the iOS app or the Android app, I believe these files will be labeled like bass, synth bass.m4a. I believe that's how they're labeled on there, but that's how you know what they are. So if you click on these files, like I mentioned bass earlier, you can hear
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You can hear so you'll hear a bass part elevated above everything else. So that resource is helpful because, number one, it just auto uploads in the key that we've selected for the songs. It's a big workflow savior, a big workflow saver on the front end as I'm putting all of these songs together, and it's a great tool to use. Now, here's the catch. With our subscription, we have a certain number of seats that we pay for, and every person who uses it has to be linked in Multitracks to that service. So if you've not already been linked, which there's a good handful of you who I've already linked to this, but if you've not been linked, if you click on one of those files to play it, it'll tell you that it'll give you some type of error message that says your account's not being activated or this file cannot load. In essence, just the file won't load. You'll get some type of error message. If this is a helpful resource for you and you want to use it, and you want to use it on an ongoing basis, just reach out to me. I will send you an account that you can set up in Multitracks. You will activate your account, and then I'll add you to our seats, and then you can use this resource. So if you have any questions about that, do feel free to reach out to me. I have been using it for a while now. I know, like I said, I know our student ministry has been using it for a while. It's a super helpful tool, and I think it's something that you could take full advantage of as well. Thanks, guys.